Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. Alright, I'm going to do a video on this bombing in Iran that killed nearly 100 near grave of General Soleimani, and they're saying that the state of Israel did it. And what that's gonna do is gonna cause, just like the brother dyed garments from Basra 144 was mentioning in his live, that's gonna cause the Islamic world to link up, man. That's gonna cause them Carmanians. That's gonna cause them Carmanians to link up with the dragons of Arabia, and I got it right here. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Verse 29. When the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Verse 30. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste the portion of the land of the Assyrians. Verse 31. Then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and shall turn themselves. And the land of the Assyrians, the modern day land of the Assyrians, is what? America. This is spiritual Assyria. Verse 31. Then shall the dragons. There's a lot of similarities actually between the Assyrian Empire and the American Empire when you look into it, aka the U.S. when you look into it. But let me continue. Verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and that they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Verse 32. Then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. Verse 33. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Verse 34. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north and to the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. This is speaking of World War III. Verse 35. They shall smite one another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth. Even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Verse 36. And dung of men unto the camel's hoe, which is, I think it's up to his thigh, where your thigh, a man's thigh would be. That's where the camel's hoe is, I think, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you get what I'm saying. Verse 37. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Verse 38. And there shall come great storms from the south and from the north, and from another part from the west. Verse 39. And strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it in the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear towards the east, and the west wind shall be destroyed. Verse 40. The great and mighty clouds that shall be lifted up full of wrath. And the stars is talking about these missiles, man. Verse 39. And the strong wind shall arise from the east, and shall open in the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear towards the east and west. Wind shall be destroyed. Verse 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the stars they may all make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star. Talking about them nukes, man. Verse 41. The missiles, especially them nuclear missiles. Verse 41, fire and hail and fleeing swords and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Verse 42, that was verse 41. This is verse 42. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn. Verse 43, and they shall go steadfastly into Babylon and make her afraid. Yeah, which Babylon, of course, that's America. Verse 44, and they shall come to her and besiege her, the star, and all wrath shall they pour upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up into the heaven, and all that be about her shall bewail her. You know? Yeah, and it's going to result in the destruction of Babylon the Great, this World War III, and the deliverance of our people. And the deliverance of the elect, specifically. As written in Matthew 24. Yeah. That's written in these verses. Verse 29, Matthew 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Verse 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to another. Yeah. So after Jacob's trouble, you know, them stars, which he's describing, them nukes, they're going to fall from the heavens. And the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. You know, the powers, who's ruling? Who's ruling? Who's in that heavenly seat right now? Who's on top of the world, man? Esau, Edom. So Esau, Edom is going to be shaken. You know, the kings of the earth. You know, starting with Esau, Edom. You know, they're going to be shaken, man. The powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Really starting with Esau, Edom, though. Esau is that top dog right now. And then, verse 30, shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and they shall see, then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Yup. Yeah. Verse 31, and he shall send, and no, they're going to see them chariots, yep, and they're going to mourn, because they know what time it is. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to another, to the other, you know. So yeah, after World War III, this place is through, but Jacob's trouble, and then World War III gotta come, which is why Apostle Tahar named it the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Named this year, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, because Jacob's trouble gotta come before World War III goes full blown, and and the mark of the beast, MOT to the B. The MOT to the B gotta be implemented before World War III goes nuclear. and then World War III is gonna go nuclear, and then that's our deliverance. As it goes, as the nukes hit, as the nukes fly towards this place, that's when Yahweh Shai is gonna deliver us. You know, we shall scarcely be saved, man. Scarcely, same thing. Scarcely or scarcely be saved. It's alright, I'll get it. Slack it. Slack it. Scarcely be saved. 1 Peter 4. 1 Peter 4 and 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So we gonna barely make it out of here. Barely. If we be of that number. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. But yeah, this is a major escalation. And it's gonna also lead to this. Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, and surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry thereof, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Khan. And let me get, maybe it's in chapter 50, yeah. Probably in chapter 50. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Wherefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Verse 46. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. The earth is literally going to be moved by the nukes hitting this place. But yeah, it's going to lead to that, which is going to lead to the deliverance of our people. But it's going to lead to that, and it's going to lead to this. Come on. Because it's spelled like that in here. That's why I spelled it like that. You're going to see. Yeah. Joel 2 and 20. But I'll remove far. Shit annoying, bro. Them random scam calls that you get. But anyways, Joel 2 and 20. But I will remove far from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land buried and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his inner part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. And the Northern Army is the U.S. Army from North America. He will be driven into a land barren and desolate, and with his face towards the east sea, and his inner part towards the utmost sea. That's over there in the so-called Middle East and West Asia. In reality, it's West Asia or Western Asia. Over there in Saudi Arabia and shit, and over there, in that area, that's where the U.S. troops, y'all that's in the military, in the U.S. military, right? Y'all gonna be sent there to die. That's where y'all gonna be sent to die, in the sandbox. That's what's gonna happen. But with that, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the Akim out there, spread this truth like wildfire in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. Shalom, stay strong, Ababa Ball, Wah, Yashar Allah forever. Ababa Ball, that's Babylon. Abala Adawamium, that to these Edomites. Abala Goyim, that to these other nations. Abala Ayabyam Nawa, that to the rest of, that's to our enemies, the rest of them being 2/3 of you so-called black people, Latinos, and Native Americans and Israelite foreigners, and 2/3 of Israelite foreigners looking like the other nations, being likened to the speckled bird here in the states, here in Babylon, and as well as you wicked Israelites scattered to the four corners of the earth, who ain't gonna repent. That's y'all as well. Shalom, stay strong, Ababa Ball, Wah, Yashar Allah forever. Shalom.